Yeah, welcome everyone to the OCN Developer Call for February 2021. As usual, the call is being recorded and will be available afterwards. Today's agenda, I'm going to start with a welcome to Robert Sprunk, and then a couple issues that I wanted to just review. One of them we discussed last time, but has now been entered into the backlog, and another issue is in progress based on some issues that we had over the past month. Of course, if there's any other items that you'd like to add to the agenda, please let me know. We can do that. There'll be time at the end, I'm sure. Moving on then, welcome to Robert Sprunk. Very exciting to have you be more active in the OCN. Yeah, Robert is a software architect with the Energy Web, and he's going to be taking a larger role with the product management of the OCN. Do you want to add any intro there, Robert?
Yeah, just like also hello from my side. Yeah, my name is Robert Sprunk. I'm with the Energy Web Foundation, located here in Berlin, in the Berlin office. And yeah, I'm really looking forward. So far, I have been working together with Adam and John, also in a project where we have been using the OCN. And yeah, Chris approached me asking if I could take over step by step the product management part of the OCN. So I'm really looking forward to getting all of your feedback and also developing the OCN further.
Great. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, very exciting. We now have, even on this call, double Robert power. So more Roberts, the better, I say.
Yeah, always good. Always good to have Roberts on the call.
All right. Let's move on then to the issues that I just wanted to highlight. So in the previous call, we discussed creating a specification or a test suite to help with OCN notary implementations. A user had invested or inquired about using the OCN notary in a .NET runtime environment, and was wondering if there was a specification that he could use to develop an implementation or otherwise create OCN signatures that could be read by other parties. So I've made this issue coming out of that discussion that we had last month. I don't have too much to highlight other than we talked about using Cucumber tests as a way of developing the specification and then allowing for various test implementations. And yeah, so this issue's here now, and I've reached out to Frank, the fellow who wanted to make the .NET runtime implementation of the OCN notary, and I've asked for his feedback on it. So we'll see what he has to say, and if if he thinks this would be helpful to him, or if he has any other requirements to add. Any thoughts on this, or maybe if you do, feel free to add to the issue on your own time. That's all I wanted to talk about for this issue. So I'll then move to this other in progress issue, like I mentioned, which is changing the node domain, makes the previous domain unavailable. So this is to give some context. In the past month, some folks from Moralis were trying to change their OCN node registration to a previous domain that they had used, and they found they were unable to do so. And through investigation, we found a bug in the smart contract where when using set node, the set node command, the previous node domain can no longer be used. So therefore, one should call the delete node command prior to calling set node. So we're planning on improving the CLI. Likely the bug will remain in the smart contract, but we're planning on improving the libraries such that users will be much less likely to actually encounter the issue. So yeah, this is in progress, and Adam Stavely and I have had some back and forth about whether or not we should just warn the user or prevent the user from calling set node if delete node hasn't been called, if there's a registration already for that operator, for that address, or if it would be better to call delete node as a part of using set node. So in effect, do 2 transactions for a user. Yeah, I think I'm planning on continuing to work on this. I'm leaning a little bit more towards now calling delete node separately from set node. I feel as though having 2 transactions executed, though Adam Stavely has made the point that we could return the hashes and the information about both transactions. So, I mean, it would be perhaps more obvious to users that there's 2 transactions, but I think having 1 transaction per CLI operation is cleaner in my view. Not sure if you have anything to add there, Adam.
No, I think I agree with that. No, nothing else.
All right. Okay.
What would be the expected outcome? Because like, are you expecting that all of the domains are still working, or just the like most recently added one?
Yes,
Go ahead.
so we have this. We keep track of domains in the smart contract, and we don't allow at the same time 2 domains to be the same. So domains need to be unique. It's just there's a bug where if you try to update your entry in the registry, the previous domain isn't like released. It only gets released if you actually specifically say delete node, which completely deletes your entry. But there's one command, set node, for both creating and updating. And we didn't consider the fact that, people might actually revert back to a previous domain that they've used using this set node command. And this is where the complication arises.
Okay, and just by the method name set node, it sounds to me that you can also only have 1 domain name for 1 OCN node. You cannot have more than 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the case. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was my question, because then otherwise you would have something like add node, where you can add multiple domain names to the same OCN node. Because I think that could actually make sense, because when you offer a hosted OCN node to someone else, you could basically, label it. And if then this person stops paying for using your OCN node, you remove their domain from the contract. Not sure if this is an intended use, but could be used like that.
Yeah, the parties are associated with 1 node operator address, and then I think that's how when the communication of the messages is done, the operator address is looked up in the registry, and the domain is retrieved to know where to send the messages by HTTP. So I'm not sure how, if a single operator had multiple domains, how you would know which one to send to, unless they were all valid.
Yeah, they should be all valid, and it would basically be something like load balancing.
Right.
You can pick any, or if something is not available, you pick the next one. Like I'm not sure if that's intended, but yeah, we did something similar in a different project, also for like smart contract lookups of domain. So I really just wanted to understand, but in this case, the intention is that you have exactly 1. So when you add another one, you just remove the earlier one, basically.
Yeah, we thought about load balancing, but you have a single load balancer. Then, so you would register the load balancer, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but multiple ones then would not be possible. He would have a new private key for that other load balancer. So yeah, this could be something we change in a future one. We also spoke that, you know, any contract update is a breaking change, which we should be careful about. So
yeah.
But as far as I remember, like when we are actually deleting any domain, we are kind of changing the flags. Is there any update, like we are entirely deleting the domain from the registry, or it's still there, we just changing the flag to false, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I think you can see the code is here in the issue. The unique domain is, yeah, it's set to false.
so it's actually here on the registration, but it's false. So that's why. But it exists in the registry.
Well, the issue is that when calling set node, this line isn't there, so it's actually still set to true.
Got it.
So yeah, well, this line essentially should be, this line with like unique domains, previous domain equal false should be in the set node code. So it's still actually set to true in actuality.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'll be continuing to work on this coming weeks. I guess another note is that the documentation is already updated. The OCN registry README to indicate that one should call the delete node prior to set node when changing an existing node. Okay, those are the two issues that I wanted to highlight that are somewhat active right now. If there's anything else, now would be the time to bring that up. We can chat about it. For any folks listening in the to the recording, the docs for the Open Charging Network are available. We have a wiki, and our next community call will be a month from now. It's every second Tuesday of the month. Is there anything else to discuss, folks on the call? All right. Yeah, not hearing anything. So yeah, nice and short this week, or this month rather. And we'll talk again soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Right. Thank you.
thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Take care, all of you.
Bye.